Man City have won the opening round of the Club World Cup 2-0 today. Here is my recap video. Let's have a nice discussion, talk about the positives, some negatives. Do we care about it? I do, of course. I know you guys know that. But before we do start, I need to say thank you guys for the new subs. We are very close to 200 subs. Very, very cool milestone to hit on the channel. And then hopefully once we pass that, we'll hit 500,000 and keep it going. So if you're new, appreciate the subs. Awesome. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think of the game and of the tournament overall. Now, the tournament overall, I have to say, it has been very fun, for me at least, to watch. Having it here in the U.S. has been really exciting. I see all the stadiums. I know every team that plays in these stadiums, whether it's an NFL team, a baseball team, or an MLS team. It's pretty cool. I do like it. And I know a lot of people are like, the stadiums are empty, blah, blah, blah. Guys, some of the stadiums here in the NFL are like 70, 80,000 seats. I mean, sorry that the team from South Africa and New Zealand couldn't pack the stadium. Like, it's not going to happen. That's how it goes. City's game, I thought, today in Philly was well attended. I mean, it's a midweek game at noon. People can't just get off work and go to those games anyway. So I just want to get that out of the way. I think, especially as the group stage comes to an end and we get to the knockout rounds, the stadiums will be even more full. Hopefully the games are more in the evenings and not during the day, and I think we'll see some more positive attendance. But we do need to talk about the City, specifically the game against Wydad Casablanca today. City do win it 2-0. Interesting lineup, different lineup than I predicted here on the channel. Very different, in fact, from what I went with, and I really liked it. I thought it was good. Notably, I'm going to put the age up here so you can see. Very young, in general, very young team for City. And it's heavy rotation because this is a long tournament. It's a month long. We need to make sure that guys are adequately rested because it's going to be a long season. Pep said it in a presser. This is basically an 11-month season. We're starting in June. We're going to end in May. So that's how they're looking at it. You're going to have some rotation during this tournament. So it's not surprising. Ederson, the oldest on the field, I believe, 31. But again, goalies don't really need to be rested or anything. The other older type players, Reinders, Foden, and Marmoush, 26, 26, 25. Everyone else, 23 and under. You had 19-year-old Victor Hayes, 20-year-old O'Reilly, 20-year-old Lou. Like, very, very young overall aged squad, which is something nice to see, in my opinion. So if we look at the ratings on each player, I think nobody had an outstanding game. Nobody really dropped a stinker, at least in my opinion. I think the best two players for City probably were Foden and Reinders. Pretty impressed with Tijani Reinders, and I would have to say I guess, not disappointing because it is just the first game of the Club World Cup. Cherki wasn't outstanding or anything, but again, he's very young. Who thought he was just going to hit the ground running and score goals like he did in that France Nations League game? That's just not going to happen every time. A couple of those passes, the flicks and tricks that he does come off, and people are probably saying he's got Twitter compilations everywhere saying, look at what Cherki was able to do today. So I don't want to read too much into it, but he was fine. He was all right. Nothing outstanding. Savinho and Doku, yes, Doku gets a goal, but I thought they were not outstanding, not great either, the wingers. Doku does get a goal. A guy on the far post falls asleep and he sneaks in. Doku scoring on a corner. Who would have thought? But, nice goal. He had another opportunity to score a second or pass to a wide open Foden, I must add, that he did not take. I thought he was really poor on that finish. He's got to score that. He I don't know if he panicked, but that one was not, didn't make him, come off as great there. Marmoush, not a whole lot to do. Had a couple of shots from distance. Subbed off in the 68th minute. I had nothing of note really for me. Savinho, again, kind of created the first goal. Had either a cross or a shot across goal that was parried right into Foden's path where he tapped it in. Foden, of course, gets the assist. So I would definitely give Foden man of the match. I thought he was pretty good when he was on the pitch, even though it was only 60 minutes. Reinders, definitely the more impressive of the two debuts today for him and Turkey. Thought he did really well in the six. At some point, Rodri comes on and they play side by side, and I thought Reinders was really good. He looked athletic, he looked quick, he looked physically imposing, and I was solidly impressed. And there's nothing where I was like, wow, I can't believe he did that. But again, no bad moments either, which is kind of what you want from your DM. You don't want to notice them. Because if you notice them, they're probably making mistakes. I thought it was very, very solid. Definitely one of the better players for City today. The back line, another interesting way to look at it. In the first half, I think they were a bit all over the place. They weren't great. No one individually was really, really poor. Vitor Hayes had a difficult moment, but it looks like the ball kind of maybe hit a dead spot in the field and it bounced an opposite way. So I don't really blame him too much for that one minuscule mistake where he did recover decently and get in front and would have blocked the shot had the guy not fallen. So nothing too harsh on Vitor Hayes there. He's also very athletic. You can tell on corners he was getting up for them. He had a chance on a corner, as did Nathan Ake. Neither one was on target, but again, getting your heads on corners is a big thing. Of course, Nico O'Reilly, average, I would say. Nothing crazy, nothing bad either. Held his own, solid left back performance. Rico Lewis, difficult one on that red card. I could see how the ref would think it's a red, but on replay, I would have thought probably not a red. And I guess they look at VAR and there's not enough. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. He'll miss one game. It's going to be against Al Ain, and if we can't beat them without Rico Lewis, then we have bigger problems, obviously. So feel bad for him because he probably would have played again next game and gotten some minutes. And I thought he was solid. Looks like a different player with the haircut as well. It's almost hard to pick him out because he doesn't have the big afro anymore. So it is what it is. Rico Lewis, I won't criticize him too much. The leg taps the guy in the face. It is what it is. No big deal. Ederson, basically nothing to do. Pretty good. He came out of his box once, had a nice, dribble a bit out of, danger area and booted it long. No complaints for Ederson. Solid, fine. As the subs go, Holland, I thought not really on it today. Again, the second half was pretty tame compared to the first half. The first half was pretty lively. Wydad had a few chances, really, to potentially score. Nothing amazing, but second half was really slow and really just second gear, third gear, fourth gear. City were just kind of pass. Not a whole lot of action. Now, that's fine. All that matters is 3 points in the tournament format that we're in. But Holland had a chance to score. Probably should have rounded the keeper. Doesn't. Takes it with his right foot, and it's right at the keeper. Not very good there. Oscar Bob played 30 minutes. Was hoping for more from Bob. Didn't do a whole lot. When he was on the ball, he was solid. No issues. I think he gave the ball away once on an errant pass, and I remember in my head. But again, it was a small sample size from what we saw with Oscar Bob. Gundogan, the same. Not a whole lot to do. And Nunes came on for like 2 minutes, so hard to even rate. Rodri, however, comes on, plays 30 minutes. He was all right. I don't think he was a Rodri at his peak, but that's not really to be expected. He was solid. He had some nice passes. He had a nice move where he went around one of the wide-head players very nicely, looked very smooth, had a nice ball into Holland on the one he should have scored. So all in all, fine. I'd give him 6, 8 point, whatever, 7, something good. You can see, obviously, Rodri's still getting back into it. Rusty, I guess, is how I would describe him. So, I mean, all in all, it's good. It was a professional performance from City. 2-0. It was never really going to get out of hand. So, I'm more than happy with the performance. We do move into first place in the group. Obviously, we still have Al Ain and Juventus to play later tonight. Goal difference could come into play potentially. If City and Juventus both win their first 2 games, maybe goal difference comes into play if we draw, in the last game. So we shall see how it goes. But I'll say other takeaways. maybe we're back as a set piece team. We did score on a corner, a couple other opportunities to score on corners. Maybe this new addition to the managerial staff, I think his name is James French, who's a new set piece coach. Maybe he's got him working overtime, and we can be back performing solidly on set pieces finally for the first time in what feels like so long. We just haven't been very dangerous from set pieces, but looked good there today. Tempo of the game, sometimes it was really good, sometimes it was really low. Again, as to be expected in a game against a team from Morocco. I just think that's how it'll be. I don't think we should have expected free-flowing, sexy PSG football in the first game against this opposition. It takes two to tango, they say. If the other team is out and playing a bit more, I think City will have an easier time. We've seen that from time to time for forever. So very good first day. Next game coming soon will be Sunday. I believe it is 9 p.m. for me, so 5 hours after that. I guess that's, 2 a.m. for you guys over in the UK. If you do want to stay up, I will be doing a live watch-along Sunday night here on my channel, and I would love it if we get 10, 20 people coming to watch the game with me. It would be awesome. Following that, Juventus. I'll be going to the game, doing a vlog of the game, so do be on the lookout for that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. Leave a like and a comment on your way out. Let me know what you thought of the game and how far do you think City will go in this Club World Cup. Let me know. I will be back as soon as I can.